like I said, you get whipped cream up your nose, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So you had the certificates and money in the pie, right?
Right. Yeah. One had $2,500 in, the rest all had 500 and cash. So they had a good time doing it.
That's great. How many pies did you get in your face?
Total of 6, 5 VIPs, and then we did an employee drawing. So one of our security officers came in on his night off and threw a pie in my face, and he was rewarded for doing it. So it was good. I never saw the staff laugh so much.
Well, I'm laughing and I wasn't even there.
Yeah. So yeah, we come up with some corny stuff, but you know what? The players love it. They're engaged, and they had a blast. So, something you don't see every day, or you do every day. So
That's great. That's great. Well, you guys come up with some great promotions and some great stuff. Are you still doing the crab? All you can eat crab?
Yeah. I just signed on for at least another 4 to 5 months worth of to our supplier, and they're all 10 plus size, so the price is staying the same. It's kind of stabilized, and so yeah, I've got enough crab to take us all the way through April, which is great. So every Friday night, and like I said, we've been doing this for nearly 15 months, and it's our #1 draw. It's on Fridays. It's helped increase our revenues, and it's a good time. It's a great value. And I want to continue it year round as long as I can until I can get the supplies.
Wow, that's amazing. That's great stuff. I'm glad that's worked out. And you serve some of them too, right?
Yes, I'm the official crab man on Fridays. I've only missed 2 just because I was traveling. But yeah, I'm the crab man with the crab cart, and I get everybody, and they love it. If I'm not there, they get very upset. So yeah, so we're going to continue on the crab.
Great. So you get pies in your face. You serve crab. This is something that I've been hearing throughout your career, which is really great. At one of the casinos, I think you had a show too, which you hosted, right? I think you really like to connect with your people and your audience and your customers, right?
Yeah, that's always been really important to me. I mean, I was in player development for so long, and I created these supper clubs years ago, at a couple of really nice 4-diamond resort casinos that I worked at, had the privilege to work at. And, I had to reinvent myself. And, after you do 50 of them in a row, and, and you've got your best players, I halfway through, I started dressing up in costumes, which sounds really crazy, but, I've had to get up there and dance and MC in a banana suit, with Charo, and, Tony Rivers in a great suit. He thought I was absolute a nut job, but he saw how I connected with the audience at VIP showroom, in the ballroom. He was impressed. So yeah, always doing something, chicken suits, whatever, but whatever it takes to entertain our guests. I mean, I'm not afraid to do it.
A lot of our guests might not know, but you were also there for a lot of Elvis's shows, right?
Yeah, way back when I started out as a teenager and sophomore in high school, and worked 71 to 70, nearly 76, because I was in high school and college. But I worked the weekends part-time and summer vacations. But yeah, I got to work 98 Elvis Presley shows. I was a pager, and what that job is before the cordless mic is running the line, the cable to the microphone. So it was a it was a hard job, because you could pull the microphone out of the entertainer's hand, on stage, or you could trip them with the cable, the mic cable. And so, yeah, I was trained at the Sahara Tahoe back in 71 to do that. So I was very privileged to work with a lot of great entertainers, and I enjoyed it. So if you had those 4 years in, I've been in the business even longer than I say. So I've been in casinos since I was 16.
Wow, that's amazing. And a lot of people don't know this, but Elvis gave an amazing show every single time. It didn't matter what was going on with him personally, how much, because I know near the end he gained a lot of weight. He still gave an amazing show, right?
Yes, he had one of the best voices, and he treated people so well. That's my takeaway from Elvis, because I was never an Elvis Presley fan at 16. But after I worked with him, 28 shows, 2 weeks in a row, dinner show, cocktail show, he would walk up and talk to me and tell me what a great job I was doing paging his microphone cord, because I had to watch his feet and it had to be straight. It couldn't be a bunch of mess on the stage and make him look bad. So, he would praise the staff, and he was just a great guy to work with. And it was sad to see, how he went down during the next few years after the, 71 up to 75 when I worked with him. But his health issues, and but yeah, he was a great guy to work for, and he definitely was a legend.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And what a privilege to be able to be there and see so many of those shows. There's not a lot of people that can say that. But you had done a lot of those things earlier in your career. You had a lot of insight and sort of a view into the old Hollywood, right? I mean, old Vegas.
Yeah, the old Vegas days. Yeah, just when growing up as a kid, a teenager, going to the casinos, you had to wear a suit, you had to wear a jacket to go into a showroom. Everybody was dressed up, and yeah, just I try to mirror that. When I've done a lot of VIP events, is to kind of bring back that old Las Vegas feel showroom, and put on some good shows and prize metrics, and keep the audience there engaged. And they're all handpicked, and it's fill up the hotel. The host did a great job for me during that time with the both at those Four Diamond resorts that I worked at, and I still have guests that I've stayed in touch with over the years, and they say they've never experienced anything like that since, and they really enjoyed those supper clubs. They were called Bruce's Supper Clubs, which is kind of crazy.
Amazing.
I was the MC, executive director of casino operations and player development and a lot of other departments. So I'm the type that's always on the floor and shaking hands and getting to know the players. So I think that's important.
Yeah, and it just goes to show that personal connection. The not even the customer service has to be great, but when you have that personal connection like you've created with your customers, AI and working from home and all that stuff, nothing can replace that, especially with the VIP customers, right?
Yeah. I think one of the hardest things, because I was always kind of a shy type, reserved, person. I mean, and it wasn't until I worked as a general manager at a casino in Arizona. I worked under Scott Sirois, and he really inspired me and the team. And what was really neat is they sent us to this rapport leadership. It was a boot camp, and I thought, what the heck did I get myself into? And I'll just never forget that day I had to pick up my backpack on his office desk, and it was a pink girl's backpack with a Tinkerbell with wings on it. And he goes, you gotta wear this to the airport to Las Vegas. And I thought, are you nuts? I just started with the company as their new GM at the new property there in Tucson. And so anyway, I did it because it was expected, and ended up going to a boot camp, and it was LB1, LB2, and power communication. And what it taught you, I don't want to give away if anybody out there is interested, but I've referred the program to many, many casino executives, and they've done it. It is a great, it builds teams. It instead of working in silos, it brings trust, working it together, and it really works. And at first I was skeptical, but I had to spend 3 days up in a boot camp up in Alamo, Nevada, which I never heard of Alamo, Nevada, and it's about 100 miles northeast of Las Vegas. But when we got done with that program, Scott was our CEO of the 3 casinos. He really built a strong, cohesive team by engaging all of the supervisors up to the directors, and the board of directors, tribal board of directors went to it, and it really, really helped it. So I think I learned that to go ahead and get outside of your comfort zone and do something. And that's what it teaches you with rapport.
And that's why you had to wear the pink backpack with wings on it, because it took you out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely. That was just one part of it.